Hey everyone, it's Tori and it's time for empties. So this is really like a 2023 year in empties, but it's everything I've used up over the past couple months. January, December, maybe November, not sure. Just gonna pull things right off the top, no particular order. So to start it off, I have two Bath & Body Works items and they're both in the fragrance Twisted Peppermint. I have the shower gel and the foaming hand soap. I love both of these during the holiday Christmas season. The fragrance notes are cool peppermint, sugared snow, fresh balsam, vanilla buttercream. It smells so good. It's like a sweet musky peppermint or candy cane, so it's got a little bit of sweetness, but it's not so cooling peppermint that it's kind of uncomfortable to use, especially in the shower gel. It's just such a nice Christmas fragrance. It's my favorite one to use every holiday season. I love that they do pink packaging for Twisted Peppermint every year. I think it's so cute. This is actually the packaging from last year. I like it a little bit better than the shower gel packaging from this year. And then this is the packaging from this year. The only thing I will say about the hand soap this year is it smelled weird. It just smelled different. I don't know. It almost like, I don't want to say it didn't smell good, but it wasn't the sweetness, the pepperminty candy cane sweetness that I'm used to. It just smelled off to me this year. So that was a little weird. I guess we'll see what it smells like next year, but I'm still gonna buy it. It's still my favorite thing to use during the Christmas season. Next, I have two products from CeraVe, and you guys know I love these. You've seen these like so many times. The first one is the Foaming Facial Cleanser. This is great for, it says normal to oily skin. I really like this for cleansing my skin in the morning or at night, really either one. It's not necessarily a great makeup removing cleanser, but it's just a great basic cleanser. It doesn't strip your skin. If you are on the more oily side, I would recommend this one over the hydrating cleanser because it's not as heavy, even though the hydrating cleanser, I feel like heavy has kind of a negative connotation to it, but it leaves your skin feeling nice and clean while still hydrated, but not greasy. So there's no like film left over. The CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, I've gone through so many tubs of this. I use this on my face and my whole body at night and in the morning sometimes. It's just so good. Both of these are fragrance free. They're great for sensitive skin. They're just so incredibly good. I will forever repurchase. I have another foaming hand soap from Bath & Body Works. This is in the fragrance Treat Yourself, which is actually, no it's not. It's Boardwalk Vanilla Cone, but it says Treat Yourself. The fragrance notes are marshmallow fluff, vanilla bean, and creamy caramel. This is one of my all-time favorite fragrances from Bath & Body Works, specifically in the hand soap form. I love the way that this smells. It's very much a gourmand warm vanilla. It's pretty foody, but it's not super sickly sweet. I feel like the caramel note would normally kind of be a little off-putting to me, but I feel like it's just enough. It kind of gives it that, ooh, like what are the cones? The waffle cones. You're on like the boardwalk. You have like fresh vanilla bean ice cream in a waffle cone, but it's baking in the distance. Oh, it's so good. It leaves just the right amount of fragrance on your hands when you're done using it as well. It doesn't linger as strongly as some of the other fragrances I've used in Bath & Body Works, but I mean, I also really love the fragrance, so kind of take that with a grain of salt, but I really love the way that it smells. It just leaves your hands smelling nice and sweet, but not too much. I love it. Another Bath & Body Works item. This is the Travel Size Body Cream. Yeah, Travel Size Body Cream in the fragrance Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte, and I don't think the fragrance notes are listed on here. This comes out every fall season, and I actually bought this, not last fall season, but the one before that. I go back and forth between this fragrance because I like it for a little bit and then I'm kind of over it. It's very warm, it's sweet, but it definitely smells like a sort of like a latte. Yeah, like a coffee beverage that has like fall vibes. I think it's a little musky. It reminds me of almost, it has a little more of a masculine feel to it with a touch of sweetness. So it can kind of work for anyone, I think. As a lotion, I don't really know that I love this fragrance lingering on my skin. I don't really mind it in a shower gel because you wash it off and you kind of get the aroma. It's kind of there, but not really, and you can't really smell it that much after the fact. Whereas with the body lotion, it like stays on your hands, right? So I don't know, just not necessarily my favorite. And I think there's just something about it that's just not quite right. Can't put my finger on it. Maybe it just needs to be a little bit sweeter, but that's just my personal preference. But it's very unlike anything that I have really ever smelled outside of Bath & Body Works before, or Bath & Body Works in general. It's a very unique fragrance. I like to buy the travel size body creams as hand creams because I like that they have the flip cap. I also really love the formula of the body cream. I prefer it to their hand cream formula and their hand cream packaging. Their packaging on the hand cream has like a little twist top. Nope, cannot be bothered. I just want to flip it open and close. So that's what I use these for. I'm happy to have used it up. I don't know that I would repurchase it, to be honest. Probably still get one shower gel though in the fall season, but I don't think I would get the body cream again to use as a hand cream. Speaking of which, shower gel. This has fragrance notes listed on it, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Why don't they list the notes on here? Yeah, it smells good. It reminds me of the fall season, and I like it just in the shower gel. I think that's where I'm going with this whole thing. It's just nice and comforting and cozy in the shower, and then I want to be done with it. I don't want it to like linger on my body. I don't really know how to explain that, but it is pretty sweet. It's like a sweet latte. I do like it. I would repurchase it for the fall season, but maybe just one bottle of shower gel and that's it. Next up is a skincare product. This is the Speedy Cleansing Oil, and I believe this is actually a Japanese brand. And I saw this on YouTube from Dr. Dre. She's a dermatologist who has a YouTube channel, and she recommended this product, and I heard some other people talking about it. Really wanted to try it. I think that this might be the second, possibly third bottle of this that I've used up. It's fragrance free. It comes out, I mean, it's like an oil. You can't, I mean, I use it completely up, but it's just a clear oil, and I use it to double cleanse my face. So I use the oil first to get my makeup off and kind of break it down, and then I use a regular cleanser after I get my makeup off. This is so good. It gets all my makeup off. I've had no issues with like any kind of weird residue with the oil leaving behind. Just really good, and you can get it on Amazon. I will say, to caution you buying things on Amazon, because I've gotten some fake products in the past, not this specifically, but whenever I go back to repurchase this product, I have to just be careful about some of the sellers on there, because you just kind of never really know what you're getting. So just make sure you're, doing your research on that. But I would definitely recommend this. I would totally repurchase it. Next up is a Beauty of Joseon SPF. This is an SPF 50. It's the Relief Sun Rice Plus Probiotics. Just a sunscreen. So I use this every day as my just facial sunscreen. I take it down my neck. I've worn it on the backs of my hands as well. It is so good. It's kind of a more, I don't want to say runny because that's not quite what I mean, but it's very liquidy sunscreen. It comes out looking white. You rub it into your skin. There's no white cast, at least that I can notice. I have very fair skin, so I'm not always the best judge of that, but it's none that I've noticed. I've worn it under makeup. I've worn it alone. It just works with everything. I've never had any pilling issues, anything like that. It's very hydrating without being greasy or oily or just like gross sitting on top of your skin. It really absorbs into the skin nicely, and it leaves you a little bit of a glow, not glow like shimmer glitter, glow like hydration. I think if you have a more oily skin type, I don't know that you would like this. I do have a pretty oily T-zone. I live in a very dry climate though, so it kind of balances out. So I don't know, I still like it. I feel like it's not too much, it's not too heavy, it's not too greasy, but I think if you had very oily skin, this might not be your favorite. But if you have dry skin or normal skin or live in a dry climate, oh, it's so good. Next, I have a conditioner because I haven't used up the shampoo yet. You ever have like, we use them up you have a shampoo and conditioner, you start both of them at the same time, but you use up one before the other. That happens to me all the time. This is by Herbal Essences. This is the Hello Hydration Conditioner. This smells so incredibly good. I always have this set in the guest bathroom. It's just, I feel like it's a great middle of the road shampoo conditioner because you never really know what people like or what they're using, and it smells so incredibly good. This scent lingers in your hair. It's kind of a coconutty, fruity sweet fragrance, but it definitely lingers. So I say that, like, if you don't like the fragrance, you're really not gonna like this because you can really smell it. When I wash my hair with this and then I go work out, my scalp sweats, I can smell it again, but I like it. So it's not like, so I like that. Just a word of warning, it's definitely pretty potent when it comes to the fragrance, but it makes my hair feel really soft and like easy to like comb through. It's so good. I've been using this for years. It's just really good. It's a really great, basic, affordable shampoo conditioner that I always find myself going back to. But speaking of shampoo conditioners, this is the Living Proof Full Conditioner. And I think I've said this multiple times. I got this initially the very first time. I've gone through several of these because one of my best friends from back home used to do my hair. She doesn't anymore just because we don't live in the same place, but she will pick up product for me. So whenever I go home to visit, she will hook it up. So she gets her discount on the shampoo conditioner Living Proof and passes it along to me. So shout out to my bestie back home. But to be honest with you, if I had to go buy this on my own, I really don't think that I would. I would go for the Herbal Essences, and it's purely just price point. I mean, besides for that, I do really love the product. It's great. It works really well on my hair, especially because I have thin, fine hair. It doesn't weigh it down. It's very lightweight. It smells good. It's not drying. It's just all the things. It's really great shampoo conditioner combo. So I love it. I would definitely recommend it. I just don't want to pay full price for it. So I don't think that I ever would. So if I didn't have that hookup, honestly, I probably wouldn't buy it, if we're being totally real, but I do really love it. So take that for what it's worth. Next up is another hair product, and this is by the brand Batiste. This is the dry shampoo, but it's specifically for blondes. So I got this because, and you can, if you go back on some of my videos around this time last year, I got my hair done, and I think the girl who did my hair didn't leave the I don't know, the heat, or didn't leave the foils on long enough. We took the foils out too soon, and my hair hadn't like lifted all the way to the blonde highlight color, and it turned orange. So I had a pretty hefty like orange Oompa Loompa situation up front. I went back to her to see if she could fix it, and she added more highlights on top of the Oompa Loompa orange. And so it just looks like a really extremely heavy highlight with like blonde and orange. It was a little weird for a while there. So I say all that to say, I was using like a really heavy duty, like blue purple shampoo to try to help tone it. And I got this to try to help blend my roots into the really harsh line of the double highlight. So this, when it sprays out, it's not white like a normal dry shampoo. It sprays out, you can kind of see, it sprays out literally like yellow. So wherever you spray it, it will turn yellow. And it was good in that moment, but now that my hair is kind of like back to a good place without the double highlight, it's a little intense in terms of color, because it'll just go on as like one kind of harsh yellow color. You can blend it in. It's not as flattering as it was when I was like trying to blend my hair. Now it's a little just noticeable, if that makes sense. So this is a little hit or miss for me, to be honest. I don't know if I like it anymore. It was great for what I needed it for, and now I'm kind of like, I'm back on my regular dry shampoo, just because the color is a little too intensely yellow looking now that I'm not intentionally trying to almost dye my roots with a spray. So if you are looking to like, almost like this could, I wonder if you could even use this as like a gray cover up, or if you could use it as like in between highlights. Next up is from The Ordinary, and this is the 100% organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil. And I actually have a little bit left in this, but I realized that I have had it for a really long time. It's probably expired. I love this. This is really great for hyperpigmentation or like fading dark spots. Like if you have, I got it for like acne marks, things like that. And it's super hydrating without being too thick and heavy, because it is an oil. So I would put this on and then layer moisturizer on top. I've also mixed the two together, like a moisturizer and the oil, and put that on my face. It's great to help with dry patches, flaky skin. This is weird, and it's not really an empty, but I'm getting rid of it. Look at, this is gross. I can't believe I'm showing you this. This is a Foreo. These little like, listen, can you hear it vibrate? Yeah, it's like one of these little silicone face things. I use this pretty religiously. I don't know, a couple years ago. I don't use it anymore. It's also completely disgusting. It's covered in like makeup and stuff, which I could probably clean off. I don't know, my mascara and things would kind of get stuck in between these bristles, and that's just kind of gross, and I tried to clean it to no avail. So all of that to say, I don't really think I like this anymore. Yeah. I mean, if you're really trying to like, I don't know, massage in some sort of like your cleanser or something, I could see that. I really got this at the height of like the Clarisonic and all of that, and I just feel like it's an unnecessary step for me. If anything, it just kind of irritates my skin. So it's not empty, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it. And it was so expensive, so I feel really bad about it. And I don't wanna give it away because it's so disgusting. I don't know, maybe I can like clean it up and give it to my sister. That'd be the only person I would feel comfortable being like, hey, do you want this? Next up is a candle, and this is by the brand Callion Wax Co. And I just uploaded, I think maybe last month, my like favorite holiday fragrances. And this is one of the brands that I named. I believe it's a small business. They're based out of Dallas, and they are sold on Amazon. You can buy it on their website, and then they're also in Whole Foods. Their whole selection isn't in Whole Foods, but you can get like some of the candles there, and usually like the seasonal ones at least, and that's where I got this one. I love this little small cute amber glass. When it's lit, it glows such a pretty color. It's just this warm, it's so pretty and just cozy. The fragrance is genuinely just evergreen and eucalyptus. It's a soy candle. It's non-toxic, so these don't give me headaches like my Bath and Body Works ones do. So I think the ingredients in these are cleaner, all of that. I don't want to get into that, but these don't give me a headache. I love this. If you like Fresh Balsam from Bath and Body Works, you would like this. It's pretty much the same thing. This would even, I would say the eucalyptus note is a little bit stronger in this candle than it is in the Fresh Balsam candle. It smells almost just like a little more pure. Like there's nothing else. It's really just eucalyptus and evergreen. Oh, it smells good. It smells like Christmas tree. Oh, it's delicious. This one is actually surprisingly strong for how tiny it is, but I do like this in like a bathroom or a slightly smaller area, but I have burned it in our living room and I can actually kind of smell it. I really, really enjoyed this candle and I would love to buy the big one for the Christmas season next year, later this year. I know there's a little bit of wax left in here. I have wax warmers. So what I've been doing, I've talked about this before, I put whatever's left, when I have a candle that has a little bit left, like maybe the wick won't light, that kind of thing, you can, there is a wax warmer on Amazon. I keep going back and forth if I want to get it. It looks like a little lamp and it heats it up from up here. But I have like a wax warmer that you put the wax melts in, that kind of thing. What I do is I put these in the freezer, pop the wax out, and then I put it in a little Ziploc bag, and then you can use the wax melt like in the warmer. So she will go on to have another life. Let's get into some makeup. So everything left is just makeup. So I have the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. It was green. It's like the potted putty primer, right? I don't know if I liked this, and I used the whole thing. I can't decide if it's because you don't get a lot of product or if it's because the application method you're using too much. Like when you dip your finger in, I say you, I mean me. When I dip my finger in, I'm getting too much. I don't know. I don't know. It's fragrance free. I think it smells like something, but I don't know if that's just because of the ingredients or because it's fragrance free. I believe it has salicylic acid in it. I'm not 100% sure. I just wanted to use something for a while that wouldn't break me out, and it didn't break me out, but I also don't really know if it did anything extra for my makeup. It just made me a little more oily throughout the day because it's very hydrating, which is fine. But it didn't really do anything extra. Like I already have my moisturizers, like that, the skincare routine is there. So this felt like just another step that I didn't need because it didn't extend the wear of my makeup, didn't fill in pores. It didn't really do anything extra. All it did was add like another layer of hydration, and that's really it. Next up is a primer that I actually really do like. This is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. And this has like a million claims. It supposedly, let's see, mattifies, but also hydrates, but also blurs pores and preps skin for long lasting makeup, and it is silicone free. So when it comes, like you squirt it out of the tube, it comes out like, it looks like a silicone primer, and then it kind of blends out like one too, but it goes further, like you can spread it out easily across your skin, and as you blend it out, it feels cooling and hydrating. It's so weird. It's a really, really good one. I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for just a new primer. Really, I feel like it could work for so many different people. It didn't make me overly oily in my T-zone, but it kept me hydrated. It blurred my pores just enough, but not too much to where it looked weird. It was just a really, really good solid primer, and it's Wet n Wild, so it's affordable, and I love that. So would definitely repurchase that one. Next up is a setting spray, and this is the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray, and it's specifically for oil control. I have been using these for years. I don't even know how many of these I've gone through. Absolutely love it. It extends the wear time of my makeup, and it keeps my oils more controlled throughout the day. I'll still get oily like into the long hours, but I can definitely tell the days that I use this and the days that I forget. Next up is a foundation concealer combo, and honestly, there's a little bit left in both of these. This is by Rare Beauty. I don't even know what this is called. Just their foundation. And then I don't know what the concealer is called. Positive Light something? I don't know. It's the matching concealer foundation, and I have mine in the shade 110N. Honestly, it's just a no for me. It's a no for both of them. And I've used so much of both of them, genuinely. Like I don't have a ton left in both of these, so I feel like it looks like I do. I had them like laying on their sides. I really gave these a fair shot. I've tried all different methods of application. Brush, sponge, fingertips, primers, moisturize, all the things. I've tried everything I could to make these work, and they just don't. This foundation settles into my pores like you would not believe. I'll dot it on my face, or I'll do it. I've done it every type of way that I could think of to apply it. And it ends up just, you swipe something on your face or dab something in, and it like on an orange, if you were to wipe like a liquid on an orange, it kind of catches in the pores. You know what I mean? That's what my face looks like when I use this. It clings onto dry patches, and it doesn't wear well. It just does not look good. That's all it is. It's just not made for me, and that is fine. I love the tinted moisturizer. Ooh, so good. So if I had to pick between the two of them, tinted moisturizer 100% over the foundation. For the concealer, it wasn't great. Same kind of deal. It really clung on to dry patches. It made my under eyes look really dry when they weren't. The concealer wasn't as bad as the foundation on my skin, but the concealer was just like, yeah, it was just too drying. And I have so many other concealers that I love. Like, why would I don't even want to use this all the way up because it doesn't look good, you know? So, and I tried, I really did. It's not for me. It's just not for me. And that is okay. But you know what is for me? LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation and the Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. I'm obsessed. These together, with the powder, this whole little system, it's perfect. It is literally perfect. I didn't think that I would like this because my skin is combo oily and I live in a drier climate though. So it gets a little weird. So my face will feel dry. I use a retinol as well. So I get dry patches. There's just like a lot happening. So I have found these two things in conjunction work really well for my skin for like all the various things going on my face with the oil and the dry patches. So with the foundation, genuinely, like it really is empty. I mean, I could probably unscrew this and like scrape things out, but both of these in the shade LG1. This foundation, it has a pump on it. It's a nice glass bottle. I love the price point of this whole brand at Sephora. And it's just more affordable. It's just, it's good, but it feels luxury. We love to see it. This Triple Fix Serum Foundation is just, it's just perfect. It's perfect. I can apply it with a brush or a sponge. It looks great both ways. The long wear, it's kind of there. Honestly, I work like a regular 8-hour day. So I get to hour like 8, I might need to blot. It's fine. It still looks good though, you know? So I'll have a little bit of oil come through, but it doesn't look overly oily and it still looks nice. It sets really nicely. I do wear powder over top of it. It looks great. You can layer it up to get a little more coverage. If you don't set it with powder, it is quite glowy on the skin, not shimmery or glittery, but like hydrated glowy. If I'm wearing something to work or need the longevity out of it, I have to set it with powder. So that works perfectly fine for me with this foundation. I absolutely love it. Just trying to finish a couple other foundations that I have, and then I will be repurchasing this one. It's my current like all-time favorite ever in life. I feel pretty much the same way about the concealer as well. It's so hydrating, it's smoothing. It creases a little bit, but like literally all concealers crease on me. It's really just a matter of like which ones do more and which ones do less. This one does less. I set it with really any powder and it's great, especially the LYS Triple Fix Setting Powder. It's so good. But I've also set it with something heavier duty, like the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and that works great too. So plays well with other products. I can also spot conceal with it around my face without it looking too heavy. So if you're, in terms of like covering redness and maybe healing acne, if you have like an active breakout, this will cover it sort of. You might need something a little more dry and a little more higher pigment, but overall this is just like a very solid day-to-day easy concealer that does it all. So all of that to say, I'm completely obsessed with these, you know this, and I can't wait to buy it again. The only complaint that I have about this concealer is the applicator. It gets stuck like in this little hole. It's like the stopper or the hole is too small. And sometimes when you pull it out, you kind of have to yank it out and then concealer will kind of fly. So it's just a little packaging flaw there, but I can look past it because I am so obsessed with the concealer. And again, the price point, like literally with these drugstore foundations, like that CoverGirl foundation that just came out, it's over $20. What is it, like 21 and some change for a drugstore foundation? What are we doing? It's wild, you know? So this LYS brand is like technically, you know, a higher end brand or a mid-range or whatever, but it's like a Sephora brand, but it's really drugstore pricing at this point. So we'll continue to repurchase. Next up is a Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage, what is this? 16-hour powder foundation. Mine is in the shade. It's the lightest shade. It doesn't say it on here, but whatever. Oh yeah, it does. 102 Fair Porcelain. I used it almost all the way up and then it broke. I think I dropped it in the sink and then the rest of it just kind of fell out. Once you start getting to almost pan in this powder specifically, it just starts kind of breaking apart and falling out. So it happens almost every time, but it's fine. You can still get this old packaging in the old formula on Amazon. I think that's where I bought this one for like $6. If you go get the new one, of course the price is gone up and it's been reformulated and you can buy it at Ulta for like twice what I bought it for on Amazon. I have been using this powder for years. I've seen the packaging and the formula change multiple times, but for the most part, it has stayed, like the actual product has stayed pretty much the same. I haven't really noticed any major difference. For me, it's an all over setting powder. So I set my liquid foundation in place with this. I just do a big brush, I stamp it in and then stamp it all over my face, and that's it. I've never actually used it as a powder foundation. I absolutely love this. I will say I wish it went maybe one shade lighter or one shade in this like depth, but a little more neutral if I could just have it my way. Next up, I have my little brow combo, and this is the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe, which you've seen 1,010,000 times. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, it's fine. It does the job. It's great. I love that it has a spoolie on it. The tip of it is a little bit thicker than like a micro brow type, like fine pencil. It's a little waxy. You get quite a bit of pigment on it. So I feel like there's like a touch of a learning curve there, but I love it. It's great. Then the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I am forever obsessed with this. They changed the packaging. It's now rose gold. It used to be silver. So this is kind of cute. It's got the little logo on the top there. I've been using this forever. I absolutely love it. It's just such a staple for me in my makeup routine. I have tried so many other brow gels over the years to try to find something to replace this one because I don't want to continue to pay the higher price point for it, honestly, for a brow gel. I have found ones that I like, but I haven't found one that I love as much as I love this one. So next I have two mascaras, and this is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which you've also seen 1,010,000 times. I like to layer this with a Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's just such a great staple go-to mascara. It's so good. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't flake. It's just like so good. It's like the gold standard of mascara to me. And then I've got the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. I love this. However, this was a new favorite. So I bought 3 tubes during the Sephora VIB sale. Was it like last October, whenever that was? And I was so excited to have some backups and get a discount on it. And I am on my second tube, and I had someone comment and say, hey, did you notice that mascara dried out really quickly for you? And the first time around I used it, I didn't notice that. Second time I was like, okay, I could see where maybe she would say that. And now I'm currently using another one. Yes. And I don't know if that's because like I bought it in October and I'm just now using it. I didn't open it. It's the first time I've opened it was this month and used it. It's definitely drier. Like it dries really fast in the tube. So that's a bit of a downside. I don't know if it's one of those things like you buy it as you need it, which is a great life lesson, honestly, okay? But it dries out quickly. So I'm interested to see the one that I'm using right now, how quickly it's going to dry out on me. Started using it at the beginning of the year, like the beginning of January. We'll see how quickly that I can't use it anymore, because as it gets drier, it starts flaking and just the whole thing. So interesting. Stay tuned. 2 more things and then we are done. I have Mighty patches. These are pimple patches, and I saw them on TikTok and I was like, there's no way that works. There's absolutely no way it works. These are insane. Like I had to Google, like I genuinely don't understand how they work. I still don't. I looked it up and I'm like, that makes no sense. But here we are. How exciting. If I had this in middle school, high school, you know how life-changing this would be for a preteen girl? These kids today, they have so much more than we did. And I feel like that's something my mom would say, but like, it's so true. I can't, this would have been just so life-changing for me. Anyway, so I have been struggling more with acne as an adult in the past, I'd say like past year, really. I'd say the past like 2 to 3 months, it's kind of started to clear up, which is great. I found a regimen that really works for me. So I'm really excited about that. These are so great for just like those one-off blemishes I get now. And then when I was really struggling with having multiple active breakouts, these were just so good. You put one on and you leave it on overnight, and then you peel it off in the morning and you can literally see it like on the patch. Like, yeah, literally like that. It turns white and it like sucks all the gunk out of your pimple. It's so gross and so satisfying. It keeps me from picking at my face, honestly. And it's the next day, it's like, it's flat and it's like, it's totally gone, and I can put on makeup and you can't really even see it. It is so wild to me, this like technology. I will never get over it. So I will continue to buy those and keep them on hand. Last thing, another part of my like acne journey, and I talked about this in my last empties video. This is the Clean Skin Club Clean Towels Extra Large in the 50 count. I get these on Amazon. I have them on like a subscribe and save thing. Currently almost done with another box of them. It is just a single use towel. It's a clean towel. So when you wash your face in the morning, you can get a little towel, wipe your face off, dry it, and it's clean towel every time. For a while, I was like, that is the most gimmicky, wasteful thing I've ever heard in my life. And I watched even a YouTube video from Dr. Dre here on, I've talked about before, the dermatologist. She's like, you don't need that. But I really think this made a difference for me. And I don't know, so you like washed your face with like a dirty towel. It just makes sense. It makes sense you'd want a clean towel every time. And what I was doing for a long time, and it was fine before I got this, I had a set of just hand towels, and I would use one a couple of times, then I would wash it, and then I'd use the next one. So I had a set of like 5 to 7 hand towels or whatever that I got off Amazon. And that was fine, but this just clean towel every time. You can't beat it, honestly. It says they are bio-based, and I read that they're also biodegradable. So that is great. I don't know, guys. I know we're like all trying to cut down on our single-use stuff, and I'm like, oh, this, you can recycle this, it's biodegradable, but like, is it? I really struggle with this. I really do. But I can speak to like, my skin looks so much better. What I also like to do with these is when I'm done like drying my face off in the morning, when I'm washing my face, I will keep it on my counter. I'll wipe my makeup brushes on it. I'll wipe things down with it. So I'll use it multiple times before I throw it away. So at least there's that, I guess. Don't come for me in the comments, I'm sorry. I'm just really excited to have found some things that work for my acne, okay? Okay. That's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.